Howdy, hot shots. Beaming to you from Not a Financial Advisor land with not financial advice. It's Kevin with Earth 2 Mastery, one of your top 14.8 digital investing YouTubers. Okay, so we're here taking a look at Ecomi. Today, grab your lighter because VeVe's servers melted down. Oh my gosh, I've been up since early. I got my coffee. I need my caffeine because I've been up since early trying to get some Ultraman. We'll go over that in a second. Let's get an update on Ecomi. It's up a little bit from yesterday when I saw it. It was down around 0.8 to 0.9, 0.88 to 0.9. It was bouncing in between there yesterday. Now it's 0.0092, so it's a little bit up. You can see on the 7-day, it's actually still up 20%. A year, man, wouldn't that be nice? 37,000%. Oh man, I wish I'd have gotten in then. 14 days though, up 174%. So a lot of people that have been around since I've been talking about it on the channel have done quite well if they were invested in it at that time. We've got BitMax is changing their name to Ascend EX. I don't know if that means it's going to be available to us here in the United States after the rebrand or not. Still on Bit4X, which is where I've been buying my Ecomi. It's been a pretty good platform for me to use as far as I could tell. Some people, a little tip for you, some people were saying that they were having trouble transferring their Ecomi out of Bit4X. I don't know if it's related or not. Somebody came and told me that if there's a decimal point in the withdrawal, they were having issues with withdrawing from Bit4X. So maybe you need to withdraw round numbers. Maybe you need to withdraw round numbers from Bit4X. I also had some people telling me that they were having trouble transferring out of their MetaMask and into Bit4X. I don't know if that's a MetaMask problem or a Bit4X problem. Maybe you should try round numbers with that as well, or try to send a little bit of Ecomi to another address and see if your transfer goes through that way. If you need an address to send some Ecomi to, I can hook you up. Trust that. All right, so we got Gate.io is our new listing. That's the new place where it's listed. So it's updated on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. So you could see that it is listed there as well. So we're starting to pick up new exchanges. We've got our digital collectibles are obviously the heart of Ecomi. They put off the Uniswap listing. I've got the updated timer here. It's 6 days, 1 hour till the Uniswap listing. They were supposedly doing that so that they were ready for the Ultraman drop. For any of you who were actually up and trying, they were not ready. You know, for those of you who have been watching me from Earth 2 as well, this is the exact same situation. I was having to buy flashbacks. Like, you just could not get in and buy what you wanted to buy. I couldn't buy anything today. At least on the Dubai drop, I got some, basically I got some land due to what appeared to be a glitch because the price was still low, even though it seemed like the price should be moving up a little bit faster than it was in Ajman. So I was able to get some land on Earth 2 that way, but I could not get any Ultraman today. In fact, it's bizarre to me. Even the common Ultraman sold out with 9,500 issues, but there's still a common Batman that only had 9,000 issues that's just been sitting there. I think that people were in a mad rush to buy Ultraman today. And so it didn't matter what kind of Ultraman they could get, they got it. And they just are forgetting about this Batman. Darwin Cook Batman is over there. Let's see if I can even load up the app and see how many of them are. The app has been glitchy all morning, obviously. Darwin Cook. Okay, so there's a little over 2,000 Darwin Cooks left. But for some reason, 9,500 Ultraman sold. And I get that Ultraman is, you know, a classic figure and he's popular in Japan and China, but there's no way that Ultraman is as popular here as Batman is. I doubt that he's popular around the world as popular as Batman is. But of course, there were a lot more Batman collectibles released, so maybe that's what it was. And even though this was a common issue, it was a first appearance, so there's going to be some value in that. But I digress. I was not able to get... Here's what happened to me. Maybe you can use these tools to make better decisions next time there's a drop, assuming they do the drop the same way, which I don't think would be a good idea. I do have an idea that was passed on from Twitter. I can't remember the girl's name that had the idea, but it was a wonderful idea. I'm going to share it with you. Maybe tweet the developers and tell them that this is what they should be doing because it's great for us, let me tell you. But what happened is I got up about 20 minutes before the drop was supposed to hit. And that was a little confusing too, because on a Medium article that they had written, it said that the drop was going to happen at 7 a.m., but then their countdown was 8 a.m. So I woke up just before 7 a.m. to check and see if 7 a.m. was the time, even though the countdown might have been off. They've always dropped at 8 a.m. before, so I don't know why they would switch it to 7 a.m., but that's what the article said. It was not live, and they still had the timer going. So I went back to sleep for another half hour. So woke up and logged into the app. I logged into the app and I was on the Ultraman page. I had, my son has an account too. So I had his account loaded up because he wanted me to get whatever I could get for him. And his app would not load at all. Mine was on the Ultraman page, but I didn't know if the figures would show up there automatically when the timer ended, or if you had to be out of the page and go back into it. So I just went back to the store, and there was my first mistake, because it would never load anything again. So maybe, I don't know, it seems like even the people that were in the position that I was in still didn't get one that first go round. So maybe I would have been able to get one if I'd have stayed on that page. I'm not 100% sure. It didn't seem like anything was working. I waited for another hour because they said that there was another hour before they were going to redo the drop. I could not get back in. Finally, 5 minutes later, I got back into the site. I noticed I was trying to get into any of the Ultraman sales. The only one I could load up was happened to be the uncommon, and so, or the common one with the 9,500 issues. I tried to purchase it like 3 times, and it just kept saying that it was unable to reserve my order. And then my app crashed and I couldn't get back in for a while. When I finally could get back in on either my son's, on my son's app, because my app actually logged out and then it wouldn't let me log back in. But on his app, I got back in and the common was already sold out by the time I could get back in too. So all of the Ultraman were sold out. Clearly, like I said, this has happened to me on Earth 2 as well, which was exploding in popularity. Obviously, their servers melted down. It's a terrible look, and I'm not that technical. Let me tell you a story, though. I had built a dating website called Lumber Match, and it was for people who were looking for bearded men. I was not a web developer or a software developer. I don't know what I'm doing. I just cobbled together this dating website using plugins and themes and stuff like that with WordPress. So I had this website. It started getting a little bit of attention. It got written up on MTV.com and NewYorkPost.com, I think, and then also Bustle. Well, Bustle linked the site, and I started getting so much traffic that it was shutting down my servers. But I didn't know what I was doing. I had a shared server space that I was only paying a few dollars a month for because I didn't anticipate getting that much traffic. And yeah, I had to keep resetting the servers, but I was losing traffic. Obviously, since the link was broken, Bustle took the article down, and I missed my opportunity to have what could have been a good site because I didn't know what I was doing. But since then, even though I'm not a professional, I have learned that you have to be ready to scale. You have to be ready to scale when you have something that could go viral. Releasing anything to do with NFTs or virtual investments or virtual world, it obviously has the potential to go viral. I have no idea what these developers are thinking, not being ready for the traffic, especially with Rackspace and AWS and places where you can host your traffic that's seemingly infinitely scalable and immediately scalable. I think they're trying to save money by running their own servers. That's the only thing I can think of. Or maybe they think it's more secure because they're running their own servers. I really want somebody who's a professional and knows what they're doing to explain to me down below, please, why they don't use these scalable services, or if I'm mistaken and these services just can't scale fast enough for the traffic that these sites are getting anyway. Because now I've seen it on a couple startups that both obviously had the potential to go viral, were already going viral before these drops, and they still couldn't figure out how to handle it. It's kind of bizarre to me. And I don't understand why. I mean, you're talking about getting like 6,000 users a day. You've gone from 15,000 users in less than a month to over probably 100,000 now. and yet it's a surprise when things go viral. I don't know. It just doesn't make much sense to me. So I'm hoping that somebody that's a professional down below can explain that to me. But regardless, some people seemingly were able to get multiple copies of even the rare Ultraman that came out. This is the same type of thing that happened to buy. I don't know if they're using bots in purchasing, if they just have faster internet than I do, which almost everybody does. If they're in a region that isn't as overloaded as the region that I'm in here in Southern California, and so they're able to get into the app and move around. Because how in the world can we not get one thing when we wait for 2 hours, but other people are getting 2 or 3 copies of these different issues? So here's the plan. It's a great plan. It's not my idea. It was an idea that I saw somebody say on Twitter. I let her know that I thought it was a good idea. If you see her, give her kudos, because it's just wonderful. People were saying there needs to be a lottery system. I agree, but what needs to happen is people need to purchase those lottery tickets with Ecomi. So they can use their OMI tokens to purchase the lottery tickets, and then all of the OMI that is spent on lottery tickets gets burned. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful idea, because now we get to burn extra OMI. People who are insanely obsessed with a character can purchase more lottery tickets, so they have a better odds of getting that collectible. And then we also have a lottery system so that the app isn't crashing. I feel like it's a great idea. I think it's basically the best idea that could be come up with. I am going to message the developers and tell them that I think that that's what they should be doing. I don't know about the logistics of that or how they could change. I don't think they're necessarily have to adhere to the white paper now, because they are already live and they have a product. So I think they can adjust to burn that extra Ecomi. They could even sell the lottery tickets for a week or 2 ahead of time right on the site, so that people have to use gems to purchase them, the same way that they have to purchase collectibles. And then those gems could go into the vault to get burned. So anyway, let me know what you think about that idea down below. Say, OMI is that is the one good thing about seeing it crash, though, and this is the same thing I said about Earth 2, is it shows this insane demand that we have for the product. On Earth 2, it was good because my land value goes up as people want to move in. And here, my Ecomi is more valuable because there's so many people that want it. So people are mad. Probably some people are going to leave. A lot of people are going to blow off some steam by threatening to leave, even though they're not really going to, because this is the best NFT platform there is going for these digital collectibles. I've looked at a couple others, and even people try to say that the other ones are better than this one. No way. I saw this somebody said, check out Virtual Connect or some token website. And I tried to look at it, and it looks like a PNG. It doesn't look like, an interactive digital 3D character. It just looks like a picture on the screen. And it was not cheap either. A lot of the stuff that they had on there was thousands of dollars. And the stuff that was affordable, I was like, I literally could make this exact same picture, and I'm not a graphic artist, so it was not impressive to me at all. But I'll do a review on that site too, just because it is in a related field and we can see what the competition is doing. But my money's still on VeVe. I mean, I'm obviously sad because I didn't get an Ultraman. I'm kind of upset that these places can't figure out how to handle their traffic, because I'm just a layperson, and I feel like all you have to do is get a scalable service to host your site. But like I said, let me know down below, because clearly there's something I'm missing now that I've seen 2 pretty big startups with a lot of money coming in and a lot of technical know-how that are not doing that. But people always ask me why they can't do that too, and I have no answer for them. So please give me an answer that I can at least regurgitate. And say OMI is my homie down below for the algos. Make sure you're subbed up, because we're doing VeVe content, Earth 2 content, NFT content, crypto content. This is your digital investing headquarters. I'll talk to you guys later.